for the second time today. It's a hot and humid welcome to Seebahn Cricket Ground in Lower Austria, just outside Vienna, where we're about to witness the third game in this 5-match T20 International Women's Series between host nation Austria and Germany. Germany 2-0 up in the series, and it looks like star player Christina Goff has ball in hand.
I'd say so, yeah.
Ready to bowl after Austria won the toss and this time elected to bat first. I am Richard Asher. With me to take you through this third game of the series and the second game of the day is Lucky McLuckmal. Hello.
Hi. Welcome back. The second game this afternoon. And Harji and Bulla on strike.
We didn't see Christina Goff bowl at all this morning. Germany doing some rotation. I'll take you through the team changes when we get a moment, as the first ball is about to be bowled.
It's first ball been about to bowl by Christina Goff. We have seen in the first game scoring 6 yard, not out with the opening partner. Janet Ronalds, excellent 100. And here we go. Full toss, first up, and watchfully played by Arjivan.
Maybe a couple of cobwebs after not bowling this morning. She did bowl yesterday and bowl very well. Unlucky not to get a wicket, as Germany picked up the victory yesterday in the first game after posting 165 batting first. This morning they followed it up by posting 191 batting first.
There's a run out chance. But that's a very good shout. Very good shout. Christina Goff. Very close one. Rich.
Very close one indeed. We've seen less close ones given today. That is the way of things. Ooh. Pops up. No one can get there in time. So a very different challenge for Austria this afternoon, electing to post the total as the clouds roll in, but the heat rolls up here at Seebahn. There's the Austria have gone with the same opening pairing. We've talked about some possible batting order changes. We'll see if they do materialize when wickets fall.
Yes, I wouldn't be surprised to see some changes in the batting lineup for Austria.
In terms of the actual 11 that they've named, there is just the one change as Shujanya comes in and Tucha Kazanchi sits out of this game. Apart from that, no changes to the named 11 for Austria. Batting order could look different.
So the good ball from Christina Goff. Nice and full.
Yeah.
Inside edge. And sneaking a single there from Bushra.
She is back on the money, and Austria will have the pleasure of batting without scoreboard pressure. Now, see what difference that makes.
Nice, well bowled.
Dead straight, isn't it? Clattering
Nice
into
and
middle and
full.
leg that.
Not allowing batsmen to do much.
But the only way is up for Austria, having made 83 all out yesterday, and then earlier on this morning being dismissed for 53. So they've yet to bat out 20 overs, and that's going to be again the challenge this afternoon. Germany have made 3 changes from the team that played this morning. So out go, well, let me see if I can get this right. Out go Claire Falsner-Gibbon, Asmita Kohli and Kartika Vijayaraghavan, wicket keeper. So there's a change in the glove department.
I think it must be really tough or harsh on players, not allowing much opportunities to bat or bowl, because most of their batting has been done by the openers, and middle loaders still yet to bat.
It is harsh on some of them, especially who haven't had a go at batting, and only 4 of the German players have had a chance to bat at all in this series so far. After they didn't lose a wicket today and only lost 2 yesterday.
Opening the bowling with a right arm off swing.
Yeah, it's Milena Beresford opening the bowling, who is one of the players to come back into the team, along with Verena Stoller and Kainat Qureshi. So those are the 3 teams for the Germans who do have a bit more of a depth to play with.
Well, that's nicely played through recovers by Bushra. Should be a couple of runs. And yes, safely back for 2.
That's a shot to give her a lot of confidence. Found the gap nicely, made the Germans run. It is even more roasting out there now than it was this morning. Seems to have cranked up in the last half hour. We're in the absolute heat of the day, in the middle of what is already a very hot week.
Yes, luckily we have some breeze going across the ground.
Yeah, been enough to knock one of the team awnings over actually at half time, but they've got it all up and running again, and things are firmly fixed in place.
They're in the outside edge this time.
Beresford getting plenty of encouragement from her teammates after a strong start.
But it's a good thing to see 1.3 overs without a loss.
I think we had 2 in the first over last time Austria batted.
No commentator, because
lucky to get away with that.
it was there to be hit. Bushra are not able to capitalize on the loose ball.
Actually didn't go far enough to reach that that ring of, or semi-ring of fielders in front of the bat that's been there all day when Germany have been in the field. Ultra aggressive. Just one on the fence. That square leg.
It's a wide ball.
We talked about Rezi possibly being promoted, and we've noticed that she's got the pads, gloves and helmet on, so that's a strong indication she could be in at 3 or 4.
I believe 3. It's another wide ball.
Yes, Captain Zepeda is also padded up, but has come in at 4 in the last 2 games. We will see what transpires. Not that we would wish an early wicket on Austria. Hopefully they'll be able to build a solid opening partnership that will get them to 3 figures at least this time around.
Watchfully played by Bushra. 6 without loss after 2 overs. And Christina Guff continues.
I believe there was a little bit of a breeze earlier.
Sounds like it's gone completely still out in the middle wind-wise, judging by the player mic. It's indeed just cooking out in the middle.
Nicely played, nicely driven to short extra cover.
Yeah, star player Christina Goff with the ball and showing what she can do with the ball in hand yesterday. We already saw 72 runs at the top of the order from her yesterday, and a 66 not out with the bat this morning, opening. And now it's time for her to let the ball do the talking. Born in the UK, tallest in the team and leads by example in most departments.
And also the vice captain of the team.
Correct.
Keep it there, keep it there.
We're seeing 2 slips in place, or a slip and a gully at least. It's just out of your picture. Coming into the inset now.
Keep it going, T. You got this.
It's good to hear some courage from the fielders.
Oh, they're going to need it in these conditions out there. Second game of the day. Everyone's had a good feed at lunchtime.
Kannst du zurück zu mir werfen, ne?
Ja, werf es immer. Immer hier rein. Bowling, Tina, bowling! Let's go, Tina!
Archie on strike. Yet to score some runs.
Oh!
Yet to get off the mark.
Nice, T.
And that's another ball, dot ball
Very nice, very nice.
from
That's the spot, Tina!
German bowlers.
Time in the middle. All valuable for the Austrians.
Same again! Same again, T. Nice, really good, very good.
It's not really nice and full. And it's a maiden over.
Very, very good. Well done by Christina, also known as T, to her teammates. I see how Christina becomes Tina becomes T. The fine art of nicknames.
Austria 6 without loss after 3 overs. And push it on strike.
Yeah, Beresford to continue from the northern Czech Republic end of the Seaborn Cricket Ground.
Another right. Keeper is unable to collect it down the leg. And run for a couple of runs. And a wide. Valuable runs for the Austrian team.
Yeah, will be interesting to see. There have been a couple of little moments of sloppiness from Germany so far already, and that can happen when you've had a comprehensive win in the morning.
And it's another one. Down leg.
That's going
But
to run
this
even
time
closer to the
running
boundary. And all the
towards
way.
boundary.
Well, plenty of gifts for Austria at the moment. It's very kind of the northern visitors.
Valuable 5 runs to the total.
Oh, they'll grab everyone they can get. Plenty of work to do for the fielders on the leg side. A leg slip on that occasion.
And that's another extra to the total. They must be a bit hard to grip that knee ball for the Beresford.
Oh, it's pretty sweaty out there as much as anything else.
And this time it's a wide ball outside the off stump.
Could be a long over. Well, already is. And they haven't. The wides haven't just cost 1. One cost 3. One cost 5. Oh, close thing
chance.
there.
There was a chance there.
Yeah, very similar to one we saw when Austria were in the field this morning. It's the outstretched left hand,
Oh, very close. Very close.
but hard to make that. Hard to make it without really flinging yourself like a dolphin. So far, so good for Austria. Soaking it up. Not threatening boundaries, but scoring rate's good at the moment.
It's an excellent start after losing 3 wickets in first 2 overs. And that's nicely played by Bushra again towards fine leg region.
Yeah, but a lot straighter that time, but dealt with well enough.
And June still to score in this innings.
Will it be this ball? Could it be the one? Not that time.
But it was there to be scored.
It's all a bit quiet out there at the moment.
Nice and steady. Steady start from Austrian Burn.
Looks like Beresford's found the line now.
Outside edge. Another half chance.
Reminder, this bowler did sit out this morning. This should be the last ball of the over now. Oh, is it going to go?
Nicely played, and it's
going
rolling
to
away
go.
from boundary.
I mean, not entirely out the middle of the bat, but
That's the result she was looking for.
absolutely. Had a go at it.
That's running away for boundary.
That
Bit
was
of
probably a
expensive
ball
over
that
there.
did deserve to go, even if,
Should have gone many miles.
yeah, I should have gone more miles, but the boundary's great. Austria will clutch at that, and 4 overs down, so far so good.
And very good start. 21 for Nolos after 4 overs.
Opener's
Bushra
doing a
and
job here.
Jivan continuing for Austria.
Yeah, both batters on 4 runs off the 12 so far, but Extra's the top scorer by some distance.
Go, Tina!
That's good running between the wicket.
Yeah, as Goff concedes a run at last, figures now none for 2 into her 3rd over.
Girls, keep patient out here.
She's doing the job from her end.
Still the spot, Tina.
Keeping things very tight.
From the southern end, closer to Vienna, which is about a 20-minute drive from this facility here at Seabarn. It's a dedicated cricket facility.
Same again, Tina. Same again.
Beaten the
Got
outside
her,
edge.
Tina.
It's nothing short at the end. No foot movement from June. Not getting close enough to the ball.
Rolling, Tina.
Solid enough hit there.
Tina.
No run.
Good lines there.
What do you make of this field as it is?
Right as out, Tina.
I think it's very attacking field. Keeping 2 slips. 4 close fielders.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Too good, that one. Too good.
Coming, Tina.
Once again, nicely bowled.
Keep working at it. Stay behind
Not
that
just the
girl.
line, but the dip, the
Same again, Tina.
pace or lack of.
Stumps this time.
Very well bowled. Yeah, attacking field, and they have every confidence they can chase anything, so they're not worried about runs at the moment.
Oh.
And in any case, runs off the bat have been few and far between. You can't really set a field for wides down the leg side,
Looking good, Tina. Looking good.
which is, as we said, the top scorer at the moment.
These are the extras.
Come on, Tina.
Another swing and miss. Nevertheless, one by for the team total.
Yeah, that one looked like it caught the new keeper on the side of the boot there, or the side of the on the heel, pretty much. Has been a change of wicketkeeper in the German lineup, as we mentioned. Haru's got the gloves for the second game. Or Sharu, sorry. Sadarangani.
New bowler, 29.
Thank you.
A change at the Czech Republic end as Mayan Berg's back into the attack. Bowled well this morning.
Picking up a couple of wickets. .23 after without a wicket after 5 overs. That's nicely played. Bharjivan and running for a couple of runs.
Yeah. Making the Germans chase a bit of leather for a change. Mayan Borg has the firepower to strike back. Bowled 3 overs, 2 for 15 this morning. Here she comes again.
That's a wide ball down the leg side. That's once again nicely played to the leg side.
Sign of growing confidence there across the line. So every one of the German bowlers did let some wides go this morning, and we've seen they will give you the odd gift like that. They're not completely flawless as a bowling attack as their batting seems to be so far.
And it will be very interesting if Austria takes 2 early wickets and to see how their middle order goes about the business.
Yeah, this could yet pan out to be an interesting game. The bowling attack hasn't been under a lot of pressure for Germany at any point because they've had so many runs to play with in the first 2 matches. And like you say, if Austria can find a way, if post any kind of total and find a way past the German openers, we really don't know what's to come. The lower order batters simply haven't had any time out in the middle. And if all those things to come together, then you have the script for what would already go down as an upset in this 3rd game. But that's a lot of ifs at the moment.
27 after without a loss after 6 overs. That's the end of the power play. And this is a great start from Austria.
Yeah, I think they'll be very happy with this compared to what we've seen in the first couple of games where they've lost wickets in no time at all. And their best batters are still to come, and this is what they want. They want something of a foundation.
And that will allow Andre Johan to play their game
Exactly.
with less pressure on.
And if we do see Rezi coming up earlier, she can hold up an end. There are some positives. So Makanama Brereton into the attack.
Susie. Nice shape there, Suze. Good save.
Picked up a couple wickets this morning, where of course the star bowler was Emma Barnia, 15-year-old.
Go, Suze.
She's had the new ball in the first 2 games, not so this afternoon.
Picking up 5 for 9.
Oh. Hello, Susie.
Just missing the straight ball.
Very nice.
Once again trying to go across the line, and the
Save again, Susie.
movement in the air saved her at the end.
Something's about to happen here, isn't it, Lucky?
About to happen.
Up.
Oh,
Take him,
yeah.
take him. Yeah.
That's
Unnecessary, really. They were on a
was
run out,
was
wasn't
never
necessary.
required.
But a much brighter start for Austria in this 3rd game, 2-0 down in the series. They've got to win it if they want to stay in the 5-match contest. And Bushra's done a job there. 18 balls. Run out. You can hold your head high. At least it wasn't a batting error. The bowlers didn't get you out. Although it is also the most annoying way to get out. You can console yourself with the fact that they didn't
Unlucky.
bowl you out.
Started really well. And just throwing your wicket away just like that.
Yeah. There's never one there. Could you possibly just tighten the double muffin? They're like 2 kilometers long.
And it is Rezi in at number 3. Wearing number 3 and batting number 3, so it's what we had kind of hoped might happen.
There is a
It's a good move.
from my club.
She got solid technique. She know how to stay in the wicket for a longer period. And that's a now ball being
Nice,
offered.
Tony. Go, Susie.
It's going to be a free hit.
Things going Austria's way at the moment.
Go, Suze.
No ball. Run. It's nicely played.
It's going to be a long chase on, as we've been saying over and over. All the fielders are in. It's a highly aggressive field.
And that's 2 more to the total.
Go, girls. Keep working at it.
As
Go,
Austria
Susie.
hit the 30s in this 3rd grudge match between neighbours. Österreich gegen Deutschland. The home team electing to bat first. That'll be a dot ball.
Yeah, keep an eye on our fielders. Go, Suze. Yes!
Oh.
From the legs.
Not the wisest
Right.
of leaves there.
And been bowled.
Along with getting run out, that's about as frustrating as it gets.
And there was some slight movement in the air.
There was. It's almost understandable that she let it go. But maybe just a little too close to risk looking back. But it did do a little
In the air.
shimmy
Yeah.
at the end.
The
So,
late
so well
movement.
bowled in the end, if that was a plan to to aim at leg stump. Brereton picks up a wicket. Austria or Germany finally in the wickets. They would have expected, or they would have become accustomed to getting them much, much quicker than this. And it brings the stubborn Andrea Zepeda to the wicket. Germany got her early this morning, but they couldn't get rid of her yesterday. We have high hopes for a partnership developing here.
Andrea has to bat through. That he knows to bat. She stays at the crease. He will be looking around 3-figure mark. And that would be a good achievement for Austria.
Yeah. And with Rezi on strike at the moment, promoted from something around number 8 earlier on today. Able to put away the bad ball, at least for a single. And as you've said, with a solid technique in defense, these two could hang around. And of course we do still have game 2 Austria top scorer Joanne Stiglitz to come after this. And she may also be promoted from number 6, time will tell. So it's not quite that situation where there's no batting to come, which has been the case when people have come in a little bit lower. Having said that, there is a long way to go.
Very long way to go.
Well bowled there. Looked like
Nice
a bit of
and
movement
full.
away.
Nice and full there from Barrington. And beaten the outside edge. Getting Andrea to drive. And that is beautifully flayed from Andrea's bat. Good timing towards deep sky-leg boundary and much needed boundary.
Yeah, really just timed. No attempt at big power in that shot at all. Nicely played.
It's really, really important that she's at the crease to put away the bad balls. We have seen lots of bad balls being offered from the German team. And
Same again.
this time
Doesn't beat the fielder. A scamper single. Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting period now because, as you say, we've seen a lot of bad balls. They've been so bad they've gone for wide or even byes actually. Now we've got a batter who's good enough to pick up the slightly bad ball.
and that's why Andrea is the key wicket at this stage. If she stays, she will definitely put the bad balls away, and that will help the scoreboard.
So are the Germans standing out there in the hot sun and thinking,
Go, Susie!
wow, we might have to bowl 20 overs here? It's just interesting how the psychology of that can play out, because it's hard to imagine they went out thinking this is going to be a long afternoon after
good
what
thing to
happened
make
this
them
morning.
Work a little hard for the wickets, make the bowlers work hard. Now we have the star bowler from, no, that's, sorry, we get pardon.
Hi, Susie!
So
It is Brereton. Again, Brereton, yes. Yes, correct.
Go, Suze!
We have a Beresford and a Brereton. The German team.
Oh!
As she pulls out of that.
That's better.
crazy. Backing up too much this time.
Let's go, you bald eagle.
Time for the Gold Eagle to deliver. Easy one
Steady.
there.
It's another single for Andrea.
Yeah. Rezi still backing up well, despite that warning. That's why she's able to get the single there.
Keep working out of here, girls. Let's go, Susie!
Oh, that would have been a ripper of a catch.
Good effort at first leap. Diving effort to her right, but unable to hang on to that. And nice movement, little away movement from the bowler.
Yeah, deserved a wicket.
It's a wide ball.
Sometimes it's the good balls that don't get a wicket and the bad balls that do.
That's why I try to bowl more bad balls than good balls.
Interesting strategy. Take note, any batsman about to face Lakmal from Austria Cricket Club Vienna.
Yes!
Oh, middle stump. Down and up again, but the bails are distinctly lying on the floor. And that's another wicket for Brereton.
Straight ball. Just beating the bat.
Yeah, through. We've said she has a good
Underneath.
defensive technique, but unlocked there.
Unluck there. I think that last minute dip deceived the batsman there.
Brings Anisha to the wicket. So Reza goes for 2. So our hopes of a partnership there with the batting shuffle dashed. And it looks like Joanne Stiglitz will still be coming in at 6 or later. The attacking field remains, and the Germans are sniffing opportunities here.
Waiting for that to swing back in.
Take. Down leg side. From Sadarangi.
Oh, lovely, Susie.
Beautifully bowled again.
Nice, Suze.
Just dug out there by Anisha.
Which interesting thing that I picked on Cricket Info. Sadarangi being the first women cricketer to play in the German T10 league.
Very good. In the men's league.
In men's league,
Yeah.
Good achievement. Congratulations to her.
She who currently has the gloves on in this match.
You can see why.
Can I give you the glass? I can wait. I can wait. I can take them. No, fine.
Is it the skipper? It is the skipper with the war paint on this afternoon.
Go back on the
Alan Donald style.
action.
New bowler, number 18.
I haven't seen her bowl since yesterday.
Start off with a nice and full length delivery. And they're on strike. We're into the 10th over. Austria 44-3 at this stage. That's nicely pushed down to mid-off.
Yeah, always one there if you can get bats on that at the moment with this field.
You can come in.
Two overs, 1 for 15 yesterday as Germany easily defended their 165 in the first T20 international. Reminder, they scored 191 without loss this morning in the second game. And as for the third game, it's going to depend largely on what Austria can post. Drinks now the target. They won't want to lose another before Drinks.
It would be good to see closer to 3-figure mark that Austria are going to post.
Absolutely, I think.
And bowl well.
Unless you are a rabid German cricket fan, you would have to agree with us on that. See a bit more of an even contest and a bit more of a fight from a developing nation. Well, what is a developing? They're all developing nations, but compared to Germany, Austria very much a developing cricket nation. So that is the drinks break. 10 overs into the book, and the score is 41 for 3. We'll be back at Seabarn in a couple of minutes' time.
Go, Suze. I want another catch. I want a catch. Go, Suze.
We are back again at Seabarn to see the second half of Austrian innings.
Yes,
Andre.
lucky drinks have been drunk quickly.
Andre on strike.
Brereton
Nice, Susie.
continues with figures of 2 for 6 in 2 overs.
Let's
A
get
very
minutes.
bright start.
Right us up. Hey.
Especially on an afternoon where wickets are not tumbling as easily as they were this morning, particularly for Emma Banya.
How was that? Hey.
Rather unfortunate the way the ball actually trapped in the pad, in line. Of course, that's not exactly where it struck her,
That looks
but
out. That's really unfortunate for Austrian
it is.
team.
Oh, very,
That's the
very.
captain.
That is the star batsman. As I said, it's quite hard for an umpire to say no when the ball is actually hovering in midair, following the appeal in front of the stump, wedged into the pad. I would be interested to see a technological bit of wizardry on where it would fly from the original impact point.
Impact
See,
on middle. There is no doubt. There is no doubt about that.
Yep, I think you're right. Looking at it again.
Impact on middle. And missing middle stump? No.
missing the space around outside of left and right of middle stump. So the start following the break is what they would probably call suboptimal here in Austria. It's the loss of the captain.
And in comes Joanne.
Well, Susie.
Joanne Diglitz, probably the busiest of the Austrian batters. Top scorer this morning. She was the one to hold the innings together, insofar as you can say that when they mustered 53. she scored 17 of them.
Oh,
It's beautifully bowled. Australia
very nice, Izzy.
beating the outside edge once again.
Very good.
So the first time that we have seen today. And that little away movement at the end. We tied on the white line there.
Hey, finish off strong. Answered. That's it, deep.
Yeah, that's another very good over from Perriton.
Right over, Suze.
3 wickets picked up in her 3 overs, only given 6 runs away.
And with your captain's hat on, you'd be bowling her through, or saving one for later.
So I think I would attack and
Yeah.
try to get more wickets, and she's in a good rhythm right now. So
Also, you want to bowl them out and get off the field, right? Wrap up the series. And here is the captain of the Germans women team, the very experienced cricketer, Indian-born Anu Doda Balapur. Played county women's cricket in England in the northeast, from Northumberland. And the aggressive field lies in wait as ever.
Lovely bowling, Anu. Lovely bowling.
The right-hander struggling to get her away. Tight line since she's come on to bowl.
they should go for the big shot. You have all the fielders closer.
If you're not a confident batsman, it's difficult to get this accurate spin bowling away. If you're not willing to have a bit of a go and throw the bowler off their line and length, because she's in a good rhythm now.
She's bowling really wicket to wicket.
That's a metronomic over so far, isn't it? Getting through it quickly.
It's about bowler, extra cover, bowler. Kind of a relay thing. And once again, this time hit it back to the bowler.
It concludes a maiden, doesn't it?
Very good maiden there from the captain.
Looking good, girls. Keep going.
So sluggish stuff for Austria since the drinks break. 3 figures starting to look further away than it did 4 or 5 overs ago.
Especially after the raised wicket, looking a bit unlikely, but never say never. Sometimes cricket is a funny game.
Well, cricket is always a funny game. Extras have contributed 19 so far, so nearly half the runs.
How was that? Very nice there, Sam. Lovely line.
So and
that little late movement in the air.
That's it.
it's going to be an easy catch
An easy
for
wicket.
Christina Goff. We've seen her take tough ones, but we've also seen her take a couple of real
That
sitters.
was the toughest one that she has taken so far.
So Anna Bierwisch into the attack for the first time today, and immediately makes a breakthrough. We were talking about Brereton being bowled through for a 4th over. Not the case. And it's worked. Bierwisch has got rid of Joanne now.
That's having two key players in the hut. Not going to help Austria team at this stage. Priya Sabu walking in.
Yep, things have turned on their head for Austria a little bit and looking gloomy once more.
First ball, and it's not the first time we've seen batsman walking in and getting out. First ball playing across the line.
Well, that has turned out to be a dynamite bowling change, and you did mention hat tricks earlier today. Lucky could it be? Austria will be praying hard that it is not, because they really got to get more than they did this morning after the start they had.
They had a decent start. 30 without loss. And now they're falling apart in the second half of the innings.
Sylvia Kailat now to face up to the hat-trick delivery.
Is this going to be a hat-trick, Chris?
Well, can they make the field any more aggressive than it's already been? I think they can, slightly.
Well, it's standing next to the batsman. Get few helmets on.
Pretty much. You may even see more than one fielder on your picture. No, you can see a shadow. Yep, there's the hat trick. It's been done. You called it earlier today. Very well done. Could there be a hat trick? Maybe, I said non-committally, but indeed so. Anna Bierwisch, congratulations. Another German to celebrate a career highlight here at Seabarn Cricket Ground. One catch and two bolds. It's just the kind of deliveries you want to have as your hat-trick wicket takers.
Nice and full and done the trick. Oh, what a call.
Boy, have the Germans got some things to celebrate tonight. I know they have a game in the morning, but they've got a century from Janet Ronalds. They've got a fiver from Emma Banya, and now a hat-trick from Anna Bierwisch. So, what next? And
hat-trick.
and they can celebrate if they can chase down what looks like will be a low total, because they would have then wrapped up the series. 5-match series, remind you, this is game 3, with a game tomorrow and the final game on Saturday morning. So Harriot Dalival, the next batter in for Austria. It's disappointing the way this is played out. The lower order is going to have to come up with some heroics here. We really hoped for a bigger partnership somewhere from the upper batsmen.
Go Sam, exactly the same spot.
4 in a row.
Can she do Malinga? 4 in 4. Oh, wait. Very close. Very close.
It did threaten the stumps, didn't it?
Very close.
You'd have had your heart in your mouth as a batter, but nicely waited for and played away.
Wow.
If not all that convincingly.
We almost seen Malinga there. 4 in 4.
And what have we got now? We have a final over of a test match, 1 wicket needed kind of field. They're just changing ends now. We'll have a look what they've got at the other end, but it has that look about it. All out attack. Anna Bierwisch still milking the applause from the German reserves and subs and management staff.
Which I'm going to play a lotto today.
Beg your pardon?
I'm going to play a lottery today.
can thoroughly recommend it. If you win, of course. Just remember who your best buddies are.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get you a comb box. With some air conditioning.
With air conditioning. I'll join you on a ticket then. Once again, Anu keeping batters pinned down. It's been a miserly spell. Only one run conceded. She's into her third over.
What a over. Maiden hat trick.
It's all happening here at Seebahn. This is the place to be. I can't believe anyone in Vienna is
Flying, people, flying.
fly in. There's still time.
And Anisha finally on off the mark with that single.
If you can't manage to fly in, all
Drive.
jokes aside, there are drive. And if you can't drive, take a train. And if you can't take a train, ride your bike. And if you can't ride your bike, ride a horse. But failing all of that,
somehow get it.
jokes aside, there is cricket going on, not just today, but
And once again.
oh.
And Christina Goff in the attack, in the action again. With one-handed at extra cover.
Oh, actually, that was Anna Bierwisch, straight off the hat trick. Now picking up the catches.
Big one. We're so used to seeing.
We are indeed. Yeah, I think she's got 4 or 5 to her name, and there's almost a cordon in front of the bat, the field as it is now, as we were discussing earlier. And 8th wicket drops, which brings Abdullah Valentina to the wicket. But yeah, as I was saying, here on the live streams on the European Cricket Network, we do have the next 2 games coming up tomorrow and Saturday, and then throughout next week and next weekend we have men's T10 European Cricket Network action, 2 separate tournaments which I won't go into now in the middle of a women's international, but there'll be action going on in the European daytime, streaming from Vienna
Yes, we have
throughout
lots of
next
action
week
too.
to the end of next Sunday. It is worth flying in. You could combine it with a holiday.
And weather is beautiful. If you like the heat, I would say.
Continues to bowl superbly, Anna Bierwisch. Yes, you can get some hot weather if that's what you're after. Just if you're from a COVID risk country, you can expect a surly welcome at the airport. But if you're from anywhere else, please come and watch the cricket. There is plenty of space. Entry is free. And as we said earlier on today,
So nice and full in delivery.
this is the first women's international cricket happening anywhere in the world after a 5-month gap since the end of the World Cup in Australia back in March. So this is a significant event on the international stage.
Great job here, Sam.
It's a case of survival here. And for the moment, that's working well. Bierwisch looking to add to the tally of wickets. There's 2 left to be taken. She also grab a fifer.
Should be.
It's covering.
And the captain to
It's okay.
continue. She's into her last over. Once again, beautifully bowled, wicket to wicket. Not allowing batter to free their arms. Austria 42 for 8 after 15 overs. Leg side being called wide.
And the danger is there of not reaching the 50 now.
Still a few overs left, Rich.
Can you tell us about this field, Lucky? Because I think the viewers can't
cannot
see.
explain.
They can't see how many close fielders there are, and you can see 3 of them, and the hands of another. But this is all out attack.
I can't explain the fielding position right now. It's more like a.
You mean some of these
slip
positions
code.
don't have names?
Another wide.
Well, this will give you an idea of how few people are out. That was the deepest
Racing
fielder
over
on the
boundary.
field, who's now chased that down to the rope at fine leg. That's a rare loose delivery from Anu Dodabalapur. She's been dead straight all day with a little bit of turn, of course, but on accurate in that sense. Not that time. Defeated the
And with that
keeper
low,
there.
yeah, getting closer to 50 mark.
A word for Anisha Nukala. Hung around, just the 1 run, but been there for 22 balls, which is getting up there towards being more than any other teammate. We saw Harjivan Bula soak up 25 earlier today, making 9. Exactly what the
Nicely
fielder
played.
said there.
That is very interesting. Is that the first time you've seen on international level that so many close fielders, apart from test match, obviously.
Apart from final day of a test match where runs don't matter and you're just trying to get that last wicket. That I've seen on numerous occasions, of course. Usually involving England batting, England with 1 wicket remaining, and South Africa or Australia trying to bowl them out. They're very good at those last wicket stands, famous for them. I can think of at least 4 or 5 draws off the top of my head where
Do you think
they've frustrated the opposition.
batting lineup changes up down? In that case,
You do often wonder about that after moments like that.
another wide.
So it's Bierwisch now into the 3rd over. Figures currently 3 for 0, but
3 for.
there is a wide. So no run off the bat yet.
We're going to see another 5 from her.
Fantastic areas here, Sam.
Is that a question or a statement?
Question.
No.
No.
We're all about firm, strong opinions here in the Lucky and Richard commentary box. We don't always have a good reason for why we have them. Now she's going to probably prove me wrong with 2 overs to go.
Nicely played.
Bowling, Sam.
I think Anu deserves another one, where she's bowled at the other end.
I think she finished her overs.
That's true.
Oh,
Make a valid point.
Tomorrow, she will deserve one.
Great job here, Sam. Lovely to watch.
Yeah, I would need far too much time to think of names for all the fielding positions that are in front of the bat at the moment. But they would all begin with short, maybe the occasional silly. Plus we have a first slip and I guess a third slip.
Short, almost short leg.
And a
Short
deep leg
mid-wicket.
slip.
That's nicely played.
Yeah, manages to get through that web of fielders. Could even be 3 on here.
And that's 50 up for Austria.
That's a box to be ticked off.
Go, Sam.
Oh, should that have been taken? Be an
Should
interesting
have been
replay.
taken. I think the fielder was too close.
But that would have been one to just hit hard and take the fielder out. Have the fielder fielding for their life, even if you edge it. That will
Just
come
middle
with
of the bat.
experience.
Went quite quickly to that fielder. Had no much time to react. Nevertheless, 2 runs for Austrian score.
Like you asked me earlier about the lowest scores in women's T20 international, which I don't think was an issue earlier, although I haven't looked it up, because I got distracted by the highest scores in women's T20 internationals, which I've stumbled across. It is a reputable source, it is Cricinfo. I'm going to get you to have a guess at these in a minute. Let's just see what's going on in the bowling. So this is Brereton back into the attack.
Bad ball.
No, it's Milena Beresford. Opens up with a wide. Right. On the 20th of June 2019, Lucky. The record was set for the highest team score, and I'll give you a clue. I'm struggling to believe this isn't a typo, in a women's T20 international. Do you want to have a crack at what that might have been? Bonus points if you can tell me which team.
The score.
Yeah.
Or you're asking for the team.
Number of runs. That's
Number of runs.
that's the key question. I'll encourage you to have a wild guess.
200 plus.
Correct.
And now you want to know the team.
I want you to get closer to the right answer first.
With the runs,
Yeah.
210.
What if I told you it starts with a 3?
300.
300 plus.
Wow.
I'll
In
put-
T20 game.
According to... Another one bowled. Wickets lying flat on the ground this time. It's Beresford. Joins in on the wickets for Germany, and they've got just one more to take to send Austria back to the hut ahead of time. We're in the 18th over now. But how many can people score in 20 overs? Well, the answer, if you'd like me to put you out of your misery,
Please do that.
is 314. 314.
In
Look,
20
you can
overs.
see it for yourself. 314 for 2 in 20 overs. It was the Uganda women against the Mali women. Played in Rwanda, which I've heard is a very nice ground. Certainly one that batsmen apparently enjoy. And if this is not a typo, and I believe it's not, because the next score beneath it is 285, which is also scarcely believable. Same ground, same tournament. That was the Tanzania women. I think we should go commentate on that sometime. Next time there's a tournament in
You'll
Rwanda.
be only saying just another 6.
I've always wanted to go to Rwanda. Could stop in and see some gorillas. And then
Why
some
not?
cricket. Anyway, we'll hold that thought.
Wow, 314. It's a massive score. And that's end of Austrian innings.
Which is unfortunately not a massive score. They've got one more than they did this morning. Dismissed for 54 instead of 53. It's going to be a fairly, you'd think, straightforward task for Germany to chase those runs this afternoon, which will kick off in about 15 or so minutes. And we will be back to talk you through that and perhaps dip into a few more tales of gorillas, volcanoes, and scores of 314 from the middle of Africa. See you in a bit.
Come on, guys, 60 seconds.
Bowler number 8. No. Yeah, he's covering. Non-striker is number 18.
Willkommen zurück for the final time today. It's the fourth stanza of a warm day's cricket in Lower Austria as the home team looks to defend a score of 54 all out in the second game of the day against Germany. Germany having won earlier today and yesterday are 2-0 up in the series, and if they can chase down this target of 55 in the 20 overs, they will be in an undefeatable 3-0 position in the 5-match series. Valentina Avdulai, ball in hand as always, to bowl the first over. And some changes in the German batting order, so Austria will be pleased that neither Christina Goff nor Janet Ronalds has emerged to open the batting as Germany chased down this low total, Lucky.
Yes, I think it's a good move to get the other batters to bat and get them some match practice as well. It's not a huge target being set up,
Wide ball.
so Valentina second ball off target, just outside the off stump.
Yeah, the other batters have hardly had any chance, and it's Sharu Sadarangani on strike at the moment, along with captain Anu Balapur. And they did both bat towards the end of the innings in the first game yesterday.
That's nicely bowled.
Yeah, again on target, making good starts today is Valentina Avdulai. Yeah, these two did bat yesterday after considerable damage had already been done by the lethal opening pair of Ronalds and Goff. They brought the innings home, and Doda Balapur made a useful 40 off 30 balls. That's yesterday's game. All in the past.
But once again, dot ball.
Yeah, there won't be any chance for any German batters to make 50s and 100s in this innings, batting second.
53 to get. Oh, 50. Sorry, beg your pardon. 54 to get with that one wide.
54 remaining at a very makeable 2.76 runs per over. Could have been a risky single.
Very risky. But safe run at the end.
Covering.
They can afford to play some very low-risk cricket if these batters are interested in getting to the end with not outs, boosting their averages. But they may be more keen to get the job done and have a nice sit down at the end of a double-header day. Very nice bowling again. Always a bit of movement there for Valentina.
Some ball. Bring him back into the right-hander. And we have seen quite a few bowlers getting the ball to swing in the air.
Yeah, no shortage of that at Seaborn, and good to see that there is something on offer for the bowlers. This could be tight.
No ball.
No ball called by the umpire, so we're into free hit territory.
First high no ball from Valentina.
I think with a more powerful throw that would have been easily out. It's just that extra little bit of whip in the throws, which is something you can work on.
Definitely. I think like I said, this is really good series for Austrian cricket to analyze, especially everything
Over.
on video. And there are many areas to improve, and this will allow them to look back and say, these are the things that we have to improve.
It's a painful process, but it's an important one. You've got to know your weak areas and work on those. There's no point practicing what you're already good at in sport.
So Rich, did you manage to find the lowest T20 score?
Well, I just wanted to give you some time to recover from the
shock we had earlier.
the shock that the record for the highest score in a women's T20 international is 315. As Andrea Cepeda opens up from the other end. There'll be a single there for her opposite number. So, the lowest totals, and I'm going to let you guess again, actually it's been posted twice, this lowest total. Once, oddly enough, in Rwanda, the same place where the highest total has been scored. And once on the Asian continent. You are now going to get your first guess, perhaps after this ball.
8 all out.
Ooh. Dot ball. You're right, 8 or lower. You want to have another crack at the exact number?
6.
You've got it, bang on, 6. It's been done twice.
Really?
It's been done twice. I will elaborate.
Wow. There must have been some bowling effort.
The woman of the Maldives posted 6 batting against Bangladesh.
Wow.
That's I assume the one that was played in Bangladesh. The ground is Pokhara. Definitely sounds subcontinental. I can't tell you which country that is. And
Andrea. Down leg side.
funnily enough, the name of the nation of Mali keeps popping up where these records are concerned. They posted 6 in 9 overs against Rwanda in Rwanda. Must have been a party for the home team that night.
Wow. Early finish there. I would be interested to see in how many balls they finished that game.
Yeah, well, if I click on the scorecard, my battery will run out, so gotta love technology. But speaking of early finishes, Germany will probably be aiming for one of those. There's a good chance of a run out here. Direct hit would have done it, but there just wasn't quite. There was a relay throw in the outfield, and wasn't quite time to get all that done before the batter got home. Long hesitation there.
Sadarangi watching the ball, not watching her partner, and almost coast her wicket, but safely ran through for a single.
Yeah, you would expect an early finish here, but it's certainly been a sedate start from Germany so far.
Argentina very concentrated there. The short ball pointed towards the offside and fielder.
Such a lot of potential in Valentina's bowling, isn't there?
She's definitely upcoming star for the Austrian national team.
Just got to perhaps keep the pace up a bit more consistently, as you remarked earlier.
White ball.
One outside the off turn with a wide being called. Yes, she has excellent talent and skills. She just need to be working out. She's only 17 years of age and she has many years ahead of her.
Very focused looking. She stands at the top of her run. Knows where she wants to put the ball. Well, they're pushing these singles, aren't they? Is it going to catch them out? I think the answer to whether they want to play careful cricket or not is emerging in their running between the wickets rather than in big shots. I think they do want to get this done. Valentina is reasonably tough to get away at the moment to the boundaries.
She's really bowling well at this stage. Full toss. Punched to the extra cover and easy single to being taken.
It's just going to take a direct hit though. Somewhere. And one of the Germans might get caught short.
Good timing, but unable to find the gap this occasion.
Hot out there, and a pretty thankless task for Austria. They're still encouraging their bowler.
Hast du Silvia? Yes. This one? Gestoppt. Super.
Lock.
That's good fielding at extra cover.
Tight work there. Yeah, looking pretty relaxed out there in the middle, the new German opening pair. Just ticking off the runs, one by one mostly. Andrea May. From the count end.
It's another wide ball down the leg side.
Hasn't quite shown the same accuracy as her opening partner with the ball this time around.
Interesting to see Andre bowling without her sunglasses. You haven't noticed that, Rich?
I didn't. My powers of observation have clearly flagged. Must be the heat. She doesn't bat with sunglasses on, does she?
Sometimes she does.
So it really just depends what mood she's in. That was a question we raised earlier, wasn't it? And never really got round to answering.
Yeah.
Did anyone? I think because we don't know the answer. Anyone?
But if you do know, please put a comment in.
Of course, we have seen people batting and bowling with regular glasses. Let's say Jack Leach, Anil Kumble.
Spinners you see most
I think
of the
Danny
time.
Vittori at one point. Not hard to think of a few, but dark glasses, actual sunnies.
I think there is one international bowler that never bowled with sunglasses. One spinner has taken many wickets.
That never bowled with sunglasses.
One spinner.
We're looking for someone who did bowl with sunglasses.
Now my question is to guess who it is. Very famous cricketer. Do you need more clues?
Yes.
Off spinner.
Murali.
Yes. Have you ever seen him?
Trust a Sri Lankan to make that your quiz question. Have I ever seen him wearing glasses anywhere ever, you mean? Or sunnies?
I mean sunglasses.
Yeah. No? No? I guess if you...
I think him. I haven't seen him playing with sunglasses.
No, I think you're right. I guess you get used to the bright light growing up in... Where exactly did he grow up in Sri Lanka? Is he a Colombo man? Candy man. Candy man. We've got one of those in next week's action in the men's T10. The Candy man for Pakistan Cricket Club.
How Candy?
Here in...
It's another white.
Good cricketer, but not quite in Murali's league.
Bit similar.
Yeah. More willing to have a swing with the bat, though. Tune in next week and you'll hear on the European Cricket Network, you'll know what we're talking about. Misfield there. Good decision to come back for the second, no problem.
Outside edge. Nicely played. Valentina into a third over.
That's right. See if she can keep up the solid line and length that she started with, because this morning the last over or two were not quite where the first couple were. As we say, it is a bit of a thankless task at this stage. We're dealing with batters who are a little less savage on the slightly loose delivery. Don't need to be savage either.
Once again, nice and full.
But good opportunity for any bowler of little experience to settle into match bowling and build some confidence.
Yes. I mean, this is a chance for them to start about their game. What do we do right? Do we do wrong? Just simply start thinking different from a different angle about the game.
What would be the biggest thing you'd be looking to work on if you had to choose one for the Australian women's cricket team going forward? Don't make a face.
I haven't.
There's a couple to choose from.
If I take batting perspective, that's good effort there from Andrea. Very good stop. Yeah, if I take batting perspective, like it's a good example to watch German team how they go about their batting, like bat straight, bat long, and wait for the bat ball, and when it been offered, you have to put it away, and that's when you're gonna be scoring your runs. And that would be batting perspective.
And to that, and there's a good example there. I would one thing you notice is that probably also on the defensive, dealing with good balls side, the footwork in general from most of the batters is something to work on, which is also repetition and muscle memory.
Play consistent cricket. Like at times they play good. Like we had a very good opening partnership, but they were unable to continue.
Nicely timed there from Anu. Won't go all the way. Oh, they're going to push for 3 now. There is time for a run out. Just
Very good.
not if the throw had been right over the bails, which was asking a lot from deep. They got it back in pretty sharp.
Well run.
You could also argue that the throw went to the wrong end, but would have taken longer to get there. So
Keeper's end would have been different story there.
yeah, there has been. They have put more pressure on the batters who are pushing the singles or the seconds or the thirds. Just haven't quite got a run out
Nicely played through
together
extra
yet.
cover. Sadarangi.
She's also looked fairly accomplished at the crease. Chance for the others to show
Definitely.
what they can do.
They're really doing that.
Over.
That's end of 5th over.
Germany well more than halfway there. Even enjoying a bonus drink out there, but we probably
Well
are at the
deserved.
halfway stage of this innings, even if it's not 10 overs. Shouldn't take all that long now. It's Doda Balapur, the German captain, going along at a run a ball. And Charu Sadarangani playing a good supporting role. 9 off 17. So yeah, as we were discussing things to improve on, of course there are things to improve on the bowling as well, but it is probably more the batting side. If you had to choose one thing, that Austria will need to make the biggest step in at the moment.
I mean, don't forget, we did not have much cricket.
Yeah.
Also in winter, sometimes we are unable to train. We're struggling. And of course, you're missing that 4-5 months gap,
Yeah.
having less facilities to train, and coming back just for summer and playing against one of the top team in Europe is a big ask, obviously. But they're doing a good job, I would say.
All things considered, yes. You can be...
And from here on, they can only improve. And they're doing it.
It's hard to imagine that this German team is not getting in the indoor nets during winter. So, as you say, it's a good point. And something maybe Austria can also look at, because there are options in Vienna for that in the off season. Certainly not anything like the indoor nets at Lord's, but a plan can be made. Chase is on here. There'll be time for two.
Once again, nicely played through covers.
And of course Austria have to remember that it's not so long ago that Germany were really struggling in a similar way. It's a fairly recent thing that they've shot up the European rankings. They are just those few steps ahead, those few years of having a solid domestic league. And they've got to know that they'll get there.
Another quick single being taken. These two are running really well between the wickets, which...
Yeah, and that time the throw went to the wrong end. Again, it would be nice to see them pull off that run out. But it's going to take a moment of everything, pick up, throw, being perfect. If there's any hesitation or any mistake, then they will get home, and they're succeeding in putting pressure on the fielders at the moment.
It's another wide ball.
Are we looking at another 0 wickets down innings for Germany? They have not lost a wicket today.
There are a few half chances, but Austrian fielders were unable to make it happen.
Yeah, probably one of the best was the nick earlier to the wicket keeper. When Janet Ronalds was batting.
Yes.
But you live and learn. It's never an easy job standing up to the stumps, especially with not a lot of match experience. And they are, of course, also used to playing mostly on a different pitch. As we say, women's cricket here at Seebahn, outside of the city of Vienna, is quite a rarity. It's a special occasion for this international fixture, but they do play on a slightly different surface and in different nets most of the time when they're training at the Marco-Mannenstraße ground in the city itself.
Yes, it's more bouncy wicket at Marco-Mannenstraße. And when they come here, it's totally different conditions for them.
So Rezi now, ball in hand.
Is that the first boundary that we are going to see?
Yep.
And yes, it is. And that comes from Sadarangi through mid-wicket region.
Amazing how quickly it gets to the fence down that far end with the rope in. Used to seeing a much longer chase for the fielders down there, but before you know it, it's 4 runs with a shorter outfield today.
Ja, ich habe on.
Sadarangi 17 of 21 and Anu 17 of 17. And it's a good partnership.
Nice running again. Direct hit was gone all day there, but Austria will have to wait for that moment. They're running out of time to claim a German wicket for today. They're 11 away from the target.
It's nicely driven. John comes around and electing return it to the bowler.
Interesting watching Rezi Abdullah at the top of her run-up. She's got very much that same focused look that her sister has with ball in hand. That was a nice ball.
And this time, that is decided to not go for a run.
And I think they might be getting to the stage there where they're thinking it would be really nice not to be out at the end of this. We're so close now. Could be looking at another 4 here.
There's another boundary.
49 the score now. And it looks like Austria may have to wait till tomorrow to get their first German wicket since yesterday, if you follow.
2 more runs to get. I think Sadarangi trying to finish it off this over.
Not on that occasion.
And
this will creep into an 8th over. You said this would. You said during the break this chase was gonna last 7. I think you're not far off. Could be 7. It should be 7 point something the way things are going.
so anything between 7.1, 7.2, 7.3, it's
I'll give you.
7.
I'll give you that as 7
Thank you.
overs.
Appreciate it.
Especially after you got so close on the lowest score.
Yeah, it
After
was a
only
good
1
guess.
clue.
Wow.
I just really want to go commentate in Rwanda now. It seems like a place where things happen. My home
High
continent as
scores.
well. It's been a while.
High scores and the lowest scores. So why not?
I think I'd rather go to Rwanda than Bangladesh. No offense to anyone listening in Bangladesh. That is very high and it's called.
So, no ball, free hit.
This game could get done with a free hit. They need another 5.
Will be
Can-
done. 7.2.
Do you see either of these batters clearing the ropes?
No.
Neither do I. Probably needs at least 2 balls. So we're now within just needing a 4.
And that's 50 up for German team in 7.1 overs. Is Sadarangi able to finish it off?
Ooh! Was that was almost the bonus wicket. Not too far from the edge there. This is Sujanya, the player that came into the 11 for this afternoon game. That was the one change to the Austrian team. She's been given what is likely to be the last over.
It's an interesting run up. Right, round off of the umpire.
Good to see another left armour in action. Another well-run single. 3 to go.
3 to get in this ball. Well bowled. Easy single there. Easy singles being offered.
Absolutely, we still have a fielder on the boundary. Out at mid-wicket. Which you'd have to think is pretty much only for the bonus catch at this stage. We're going into a 9th over. Lucky.
I can't get everything right, Rich. Otherwise, it would be boring for you.
Looking? No.
2 more required.
And that's the over.
No, I believe the scores are actually level now. So just the 1 needed. You were close enough.
Once again,
Today was your day.
since I started commentating, it has been my days.
You've ruined
When is
some
your
other
day gonna
people's.
come back?
You've ruined some other people's days. My time will come again.
I'm waiting.
Don't hold your breath.
Rich,
Could be dangerous.
you won't be here for next couple of days.
I won't be.
Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you for joining me as well. It's been a pleasure. A good flow. And we've learned some interesting facts about international T20 records. Don't think anyone's getting under that, and that could be the run that wraps it up. It is game over. Germany
When
have done it.
in 8.1 overs.
8.1 overs. You said it would be done in 7. They took a little longer about it, but they got there in the end pretty quickly, pretty smartly. There was nothing wrong with the run rates at all, chasing that low total of 54. In the end, they have not conceded a single wicket today, as Shaudu Sadarangani and Anu Torabalapuru brought them home today. Change of opening batter made no difference at all. Austria couldn't get a wicket. It's been a rough day in the field for them today. And they've got plenty to think about. They have, unfortunately, from their perspective, gone down in this series now. It's an unassailable 3-0 lead for the Germans. And any final thoughts before I wrap up, Lakmal?
Yes, there'll be a few more areas so that Austria have to work on. It won't be probably tomorrow, but they still have to come and give a good fight and try to go with at least 1 win. It would be a good achievement for them. And I'm looking forward for tomorrow's game.
Absolutely. Dead rubbers tomorrow and Friday. Tomorrow at 11 o'clock, Friday at 9 o'clock. They are always an opportunity to pick up a prized scalp. Credit to Germany, of course. Let's not forget some excellent performances, particularly from their star batters, Janet Ronalds and Christina Goff. Recurring themes in this series, especially in the first 2 games. And also some excellent performances with the ball. Remember Emma Banya with the fifer in the second game this morning. And of course, let's not forget the hat-trick that we witnessed earlier on this afternoon when Austria were actually looking reasonably well set to possibly even make 3 figures. It wasn't to be. Maybe tomorrow, if you tune at 11 o'clock Vienna time, you will find out. For now, goodbye from Lakmal and myself, Richard
Goodbye.
Asher. It's been a pleasure.
See you tomorrow.